I was actually getting ready to put a plan together for next year for myself, and I decided that I would just go live and share what I do. I'm actually go ahead and do it now than to not. So if you can see me or if you hear me, welcome in everyone. Welcome chat. If you can see me well, just let me know. Good morning, Sifting Some Soil and More. Good morning, Ricky Life 365. Good morning, the Bible Quiz. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Guys, I'm not going to be long. Thank you for joining me. I haven't had a live in ages. Yes. So, welcome in. Thank you guys for coming in. Good morning, Sharon. Thank you all so much for coming in. Let me know if you hear me. Good morning, GG's Naturals Homestead. Welcome in. And thank you so much for sharing out, sis. Thank you so much for sharing out. This is going to be a quick live this morning. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, Kay. I really am working on my plan for next year, 2023. I'm actually a little behind with that, but I thought that I would come in. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me, Ricky. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me. Good morning, Gma Groves. Good morning. How are you? How's everyone doing this morning? I'm actually in Charleston this morning. Yes. And I thought it was going to be nice. I went outside early this morning. I love to get up and go outside, but it was raining and windy and cold. I don't know if you can see behind me. The water looks amazing. A lot of boats out there. Yes. Feeling good as herbs. All right. That is great, Gma Groves. That is great. So welcome in, everyone. I really won't spend a lot of your time. I will. 65 degrees in Florida. Wow. Wow. 65 degrees in Florida. Good morning, Growing with Husson. How are you doing? You're at work? Yeah. Getting it in today. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Good morning, blessed family. Thank you. I appreciate everyone stopping by this morning. Yes, I'm going to be pretty brief. I really just wanted to come in because I was in the process of writing up my plans for next year. And I wanted to just stop by and talk a little bit about that and how I go about doing that. Yes, everyone speaking to everyone, that's beautiful. So listen, I do something really simple, really quick and easy. Years ago, I used to use a big calendar, Franklin Covey calendar, and it worked for work, but it really doesn't work for my home life. So I just started doing something very simple, a cheap little tablet. So I have these dated back from 2011, from 2011. Yes, so thank you guys again for coming in and joining me. I plan in different areas of my life, and with doing this, plan for tomorrow, today. Yes, I like to plan for tomorrow, today. And I think for me, it's very important to write everything down. I like to write everything like down. And this is my first page that I have in my 2022. You probably can't see it, but I have on the top plan for tomorrow, today. And I always start off with, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." I like to start my day like that every day. It just makes me feel so much better in the morning. When I get up, I'm in the mirror and I'm saying that, and I'm just grateful. And so I just start my day like that. And then the first thing that I do, and I do this in many different areas, and it doesn't have to be in this order, but there are 7 different things or categories that I have. Can you all hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me well. Yes. So I have I start off with spiritual goals, and that's anything from my church to various things, and that's what I want to do spiritually. So I start off like that. And then I have my family goals and my relationship goals. and I want to break down everything. Thank you, Blessed Family. I want to break down everything like that. And then what? You're journaling, GMA Grows? Very good, very good, very good. And so anyone else out here do your goals? Do you write down goals every year? For me, I do not start off with like New Year's resolutions or anything like that. I just make goals. I write goals. And for me, if I write them, I'm more likely to attain those goals, you know. And so then I also have physical and health goals. You journal also, Gigi? You have a 3-year planner to keep track of things. That just seems so important to be able to do, and you can certainly go back and look at those goals and all of the areas that you are wanting to write about, and those things that you want to keep track of. I have intellectual goals and personal development goals. That's another area that I have. My social goals, that's also with charity, those sort of goals that I have. I want to keep track of that. Yes. Okay, you love the goals and the daily spiritual reminders? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And the social goals and charity goals, you know, those are some of the things that I want to make sure that I've written those down as well. I have financial goals. I talked about that, you know, in my last video when I talked about job loss and how important it is to have financial goals, you know. If you don't have those goals, money will go anywhere. So you really need to tell your money where you want it to go, just like many other things. Any of you have your financial goals that you have written down? Do you have those goals written down? Yes, if you have any, what goals are you writing down? What types of goals are you working on? List it in the chat. Put it in the chat, the goals that you write about, the things that you write down. I know a lot of you in here have gardening goals. Do you track those gardening goals? That's one of the subsets of my goals, is the gardening goals. And so I do have those, and I do write that down and put that in put it in the chat. Self-care goals. That's great, Blessed Family. Self-care goals. And those goals are so important, especially, you know, when we talk about mental health, you know, our mental health and our mental health goals, having those sort of goals. Eating, yes, eating healthy. Those are good goals to have as well. What other types of goals do you have? Your financial, personal development, self-care. Absolutely, Gigi. Updating those goals. Absolutely, updating those goals. You know, it is important to write things down. We definitely are better able to keep track of those goals and stay on top of those goals if we write it down. And you want to make a plan. I'm all about planning, and I'm all about making plans. So for me now, to 2023, I like to make plans. I do. And one of the things that I can do things at the spur of the moment, but for my financial, my spiritual, family, physical health, personal development, social, charity, all of those things, I like to have them written down. I also like to have career goals. I like to write my career goals down as well. So what other type of goals are you all writing down? What are your personal development goals, your gardening goals? Absolutely. I like to have all of those goals in the planner. Absolutely. Keep all those goals in the plan. And for those of you that are gardening, what type of gardening goals do you have next year? Put those in the chat so we can see what those goals are. What are you planning on doing? Are you going to grow more? Are you going to grow different varieties? You know, that's one of the things that next year I plan to do a lot better with my gardening goals. This year was such a busy year for me, and I didn't check on things. As a matter of fact, I think I have sweet potatoes out. I think I have sweet potatoes that are still out that I haven't harvested. Thank you so much, the Bible Quiz channel. And I tell you, self-care is huge. Absolutely. Improve your spending habits, planning to grow more in your community garden. And that is something too that I wanted to touch on too, Kay. I'm glad you brought that up, your community garden. That is very important. I know people that don't have large yards, or you may live in apartments, there are still ways that you can grow, a community garden. For me, our community gardening is set up through our park and rec centers. But for others, I think it may be set up through your extension offices. So if you have an apartment, or you don't have a large yard, or you don't want to grow in your yard, look into your community gardens. And at those community gardens, you can gain so much knowledge. I tell you, I started in a community garden in my area, and you have master gardeners that are at those locations, and they are willing to help you grow. They're willing to help you learn. And even if you can't get to your garden, those folks are also willing to go to your garden, and they're able to help you maintain it, even if you're not able to maintain it. So gardening is a huge thing, and it will be important. Strategic gardening, a whole lot more self-care. Great, Gigi. You don't like writing it down, but you've been seeing so many people writing things down, so you bought a planner. Ricky, that is great. And so what you'll notice with writing it down, Ricky, is that it will be a reminder for you, and you will be able to reach those goals that you have by writing it down, And one of the things I do like to do, Ricky, when I write it down, I put subcategories on everything. And I like to put dates as well. Sometimes I may reach it, and sometimes I may not. But then you just continue to try to reach those goals, whatever it may be, to reach those goals. What other things are you all doing? What does everyone have planned for this weekend? Are you doing anything to help you get ahead? I know most of you know that I am in North Carolina. And in North Carolina, I'm sure you all saw the big power outage situation. Keep you from making the same mistakes. Yes, G. Grows. Noting it, you can track it, and you can go back from years and years to see what you've done. Writing has a spiritual connection, gives you a vision. That is so true, Gigi. That is so true. Gives you a spiritual a connection. Very good, very good. A lot of people, for you to sit down and journal, it really does help you, and a lot of times journaling helps with your mental health. It helps with your mental health. I was at work, and there was a person that was having a spiritual or a mental breakdown. So we had a conversation about it, and one of the things that really helped her was journaling. And I think that is one of the things that she learned through her therapy, was to just sit and journal. Yeah. And so Gigi, you're staying in an RV right now, and I know you left your house, and you all have some large property now that you're building on, and so you have your RV, and so it's helping you to organize your RV. That's one of the things I like to do too, is to write down things that I need to organize, and try to go step by step in organizing. And journaling is a huge thing. A gratitude journal, that is a huge help as well. You did some planning, and you just getting your car serviced right now, Ricky. Yes, journaling helps with anxiety. Put all those thoughts in one place. Pruning your perennials and removing dead plants today. Well, it is chilly and a little wet here You know, my husband is actually running another marathon in Kiowa Island this morning, and that island it's different than the other marathons. It's a housing development really, and so there's not a lot of places for spectators to be. They actually bring them on, bus them on to the island, and so I'm just at the hotel. I'm just at the hotel this morning, and just thought that I would just come live because I do bring things with me all the time just in case I need to do or want to do some other things. And this was one of the things that I was doing, just getting my thoughts together, my plans together for 2023. And so you're out, Ricky, getting your car, your car serviced. That's an important thing as well. Yes, my husband is definitely a runner. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing this morning? Yes, he is a runner. This is his 6th marathon this year, Ricky. So your first time watching, well, welcome in. Welcome in. I know everyone will welcome you in. Yes, and look at the other people that are in here that have channels. Go check them out. There are a lot of people in here that have channels, so go ahead and check them out. We're just on here this morning. We're talking about goals, setting goals, and writing those goals down, making plans. That's what we're in here talking about. What are you doing this morning, Tim? What are you up to this morning? Yes. He's a great motivator. Ricky, he really is. He really is. So he definitely is in good shape, and especially with the marathons. He just recently was got notification that he was admitted into the Berlin Marathon next September. So he will be running in Berlin. He's really trying to go ahead and get into the 6 majors. If you're familiar with marathons, there are 6 majors. 3 of them are in the U.S. It's Boston, Chicago, and New York. He's ran all of those, and I think I was live at all of those. Maybe I wasn't live at New York, but I was live at the others. And the reason I like to go live at the marathons is for our family, so the family can see him run because it's travel. So yeah, so he will be in Berlin next September. So we're excited about that. How long does it take me to do my planning? You know, I start off all throughout the year just writing different things down. I just write different things down, Ricky, and then I'll sit down at one point in time and just complete everything. So I start off with, I just use a tablet. I have found that just a little cheap tablet, just like that, is what helps me. Chicago Marathon was a lot of people. It was, Ricky. I do think that you were on that, and it does take a lot of discipline, more discipline than I have. Gigi, that is facts. More discipline than I have to do that. He's very good and very independent when it comes to that. I need a group to motivate me to exercise. I definitely do, and he is very independent when it comes to running. He is out there all the time and been very motivating. Again, like I said, this is his 6th marathon this year, and he's over 60. You know, he said that 2024 he's thinking will be his last marathon. He thinks, and he will go into different type of activities then. Something like, you know, where you run and swim and bike, those sort of things, I think is what he's looking at. You're not looking good at writing your goals down. Yeah, so if you I jot notes down every year. So I'll have a spot in my 2023 calendar that I'll have blank, and it will be there just for me to take some notes, you know. Good morning, my tiny garden. Good morning. Good morning. And so I will, good morning to everyone. If I missed someone, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. I'm really not going to be long. I really wanted to just talk about writing goals to start with and writing things down, and how important it is to write it down. Plan for tomorrow, today. Absolutely. Do you have a daily, you do have a daily planner? It keeps you on track. Yes, those planners do help to keep you on track. I used to keep my daily planner for work, my big Franklin Covey daily planner, and it just wasn't working for me though. Your goal for 2023 is to double your salary and help as many homeless people as you can. Amen. Amen. That's a wonderful goal. That is a wonderful goal. There are so many people out that are homeless, and I think that it's only going to get worse. That's just my opinion. You know, if you saw my last video and I talked about job loss, I do believe that we will have more folks losing their jobs. And yes, claim it. Exactly, blessed family. Just claim that goal. We'll stand in agreement with you on that for sure. We'll stand in agreement with you on that for sure. And so if, you know, with that being your goal, you just have to, are you writing the steps down to help you get to that goal? You know, even if it is part of your prayer, your spiritual journey, if you're writing those things down, then that can help you get to that goal as well. What other things are you all, what other goals does everyone have? We have a lot of folks that have some personal development goals. And what are you going to do to get to those goals? You have a plan for it. Do we have plans to get to those goals? Your family goals. You know, I think about my husband and the marathons that he runs. He definitely has goals to be able to run those marathons. You know, you just can't get out and one day run them. So he is very good at goal setting when it comes to running, and he follows a plan, and for the most part he sticks to that plan. It does take some dedication. Eat healthier. Very good, my tiny garden. Eat healthier. And a lot of us have goals, physical health goals every year. And sometimes, you know, I'll start my goal, but then I won't go back to it. And that's one of the things I did this year. And so I had to be deliberate with it and just go back and look at what I've written down, what I want to do. And maybe I change my goals sometimes throughout the year. You know, maybe I started off right now when I wrote the goal and it was a good goal, but then as I moved forward, it was a goal that I necessarily wasn't able to follow, or maybe it was a goal that I didn't really want or need to track anymore, you know. So like the career goals, those are important for me. But my spiritual goal, that is my number one goal. But the goals again are in any order that you have or any order that you want to have. You know, in the morning, what do you all do in the morning? Do you do something every day to help you move forward? I know right now we talked about mental health, and mental health is so important. Your plan is to be better gardener, and try to fish more, work on your physical health. Ricky, I've seen you out there fishing. I tell you, that is one of my goals every year, is to get out and fish more. I enjoy it, and it helps me with my mental health. It's such a peace and so calming to be out there on the water. It's just so peaceful. You know, as I said this morning when I got up, I went outside. I was thinking I would just be able to sit by the water, but it was raining and it was cold. You need to learn to fish. Oh, Gigi, you guys are in the right area, aren't you? You have a lot of fish. I'm not sure how far Ricky is from you, but Ricky has a lot of fishing videos out there as well. He goes fishing and he's an excellent cook because then he shows us how he cooks the fish. Relaxing. Yes, it brings you joy. Yes, yes. That's the other thing, is to do things that will bring you joy. So much going on right now that we can easily get distracted. But writing things down helps you to not get so easily distracted. Get out there. Yes, get out there, Gigi, and do you have your fishing equipment? That's one thing. If you want to go fishing and you haven't, get out there. That's one of the goals that I had years ago, Gigi. I wanted to learn how to fish, and I'll have to be honest, I wrote that down as a personal goal every year. And my husband grew up fishing. He grew up fishing. He's from the coast, and that's what they did. They fished, they hunted, they did all of that. And so for me, I wanted to learn to fish. And so it was on my goals every year. And finally, one year we talked about it, and he said, okay, I'm going to teach you how to fish. And so he taught me how to fish. And that was wonderful. And so now that's one of the things that we do. We go fishing. I enjoy fishing because it is peaceful. I enjoy the water. So do things that bring you peace, things that give you joy. What other things do you enjoy doing? What other are some of the other things that you all enjoy doing? Put it in the chat. I enjoy reading, so I did bring several books with me that I can read. And I used to do I like to read a lot of self-help. You need to get out, you want to get outdoors more, get back into shape. Absolutely. 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 Get outside, get back into shape. There's something about being outdoors that just seems to help me and my mental mood, my mental state. It just helps when I'm outside. I love the fresh air, and it's always awesome just to be outside and get that fresh air. Good morning, Yankee Sister Homestead. I'm doing great. How are you doing this morning? What are you doing this morning? Crafting with is that your Cricut? Right. Crafting. That's a great thing to do as well. You want to be more disciplined, Gigi, with your partner? I think is what I read. Be a more disciplined partner. Enjoyed your drums and listen to music. That's Ricky, I didn't know that you were a drummer. A lot of people in here are so talented. You just finished your devotion. That is great. That's one of the things that we talked about this morning, or touched on this morning, our spiritual goals, Yankee Sister. Absolutely. So that is great. That is great. Get up each morning, do your devotional. That's great. What areas are you all in? What state are you coming in from? And what's your weather like today? Yes, what is your weather like today? I'm in Charleston. I think it's in the 50s, low 50s, but it is rainy and dreary. But this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And so I'm just going to enjoy this day as it is. Glad that to be up and to be able to get out and do these things. You're in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's cold in Greensboro. It's cold in Greensboro. Yeah. Love drumming. So you bought a set. Very good. Very good. That's Yankee Sister. She's speaking to everyone. Good. So this has been a great time this morning. I didn't really want to take up a lot of your time today. I just wanted to come on because I was writing down my plans, planning tomorrow, today, and I wanted to just get in and write it down. You're in Connecticut. Praising and thanking the Lord is a must in your life. Amen. Amen. You love Charleston. You know, I was downstairs and I was talking about how cool it was here. And Central Illinois, it's about 45, so we're all around the same temperature, even on this coast where it's normally warm. They were talking about being in the 60s and that it wasn't their normal. I think they're normally in the 70s here, you know. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Glad that you're here. We were talking about our goals and plans and things that we'll do. Cooking with Micro Farmer. Yes, we're talking about the plans that we have, things that we're doing this morning, and the goals that we have even for next year, plans that we made. I think most everyone talked about some spiritual goals, some personal development goals, some physical health goals, absolutely, some financial goals. And I wasn't going to keep everyone long. We're getting ready to get up out of here. You know, I didn't want to take a lot of your time this Saturday morning, but I just wanted to come on briefly and talk about this. And thank you, Micro Farmer, for joining me. I want to thank everyone that's been in the chat. I want to thank my moderators. Thank you all so much for coming in and joining, for speaking to each other. I really appreciate it. I'm not gonna keep you much longer, so if you want to go ahead and if you haven't hit the like button or subscribe, please consider doing so and make today a wonderful day. Today, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, make today a wonderful day. Micro Farmer, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, have a great day. Have a blessed day, everyone. And thank you once again for coming. Thank you, Micro Farmer, for coming in. Have a blessed weekend. Make today a great and wonderful day. You all take care.